Fitting the poop deck ladders. Take the 20mm long by 4mm strip of wood and hold it in place against the bulwark. Trim as necessary so that 12mm protrudes beyond the bulwark cap. Cut two 10mm lengths of 2x5mm wood, glue them together side by side and glue the 4x4mm strip on top flush with the edge. Then stain the platform dark oak or paint it black and glue them into place as shown in step 3 on your instructions on page 476. Put a ladder side in position, mark the height to the top of the platform and cut it to length. As in stage 84, the cut end becomes the bottom of the ladder, so there's a full length height step at the top. Assemble the ladder, then glue the ladder to the deck and the edge of the platform. Superglue 4 brass stanchions in place with the holes in them all facing forward so you can fit the handrails. Hold the brass wire against the stanchions and bend it to shape and then feed through. Cut and bend two 2x2mm strips to match the curve of the bow. Stain or paint these and glue them tight against the lip of the bulwark. If you are painting your model, protect the bow deck with masking tape and paint the bulwark French blue. Lay the 3 arch castings on the deck, ensuring they are central. Mark where the points of the arches and the ends of the castings fall on the bulkhead. Extend the vertical lines from these points using a ruler and pencil lines. Keep the lines very light. Cut a 30mm length of 12mm dowel and saw the dowel in half along its length. Place 1/2 dowel flush with the side of the hull. Mark where the dowel rests on the strip placed in step 2 of your instructions. Saw off a 2mm strip up to the mark you just made so that the dowel can fit right down flat on the deck. Carefully follow steps 10 to 19 on page 478 of your instructions, adding details. Finishing the beak head bulkhead. Add the decorative pilasters and arches to the bulkhead using the parts supplied with this stage. Starting the beak head. Take the triangular beak head frame and paint it black. Slide it down the slot into the stern gently using a thin steel rule or similar to shoehorn it past the whale at the top. Cut two lengths of 2x3mm wood to fit from the round houses to the ends of the brackets as shown. Make two heads, toilet seats, from 20mm lengths of the 6 by 1.5mm wood and drill a 3mm hole 8mm from one end and then sand a radius on this end. With the heads fitted on top of the rails added in step 3, carve the aft ends to a curve to fit around the roundhouses. Paint or stain these and then glue them into place using super glue. Using a razor saw, carefully cut away the centre of the beak head frame. Carefully touch up or stain the ends. Cut 2 large knight heads from 5 by 5mm wood, each 28mm long, and also 6 smaller kevels 18mm tall using 4 by 4mm of wood supplied in stage 60. The tapered top section is 4mm tall. Drill a 0.7mm hole in the bottom of each one and superglue in a nail with the head cut off. Now stain these walnut or paint them black. Drill 2.7mm holes in the bow deck and fit 2 knight heads either side of the bowsprit socket as shown. Carefully follow the steps 1 to 6 with fitting the beak head frames, making sure that the 2 frames or the 3 triangular beak head frames are level, as shown in step 2. Try the main beak head rail against the frames and stem to fit as shown in step 5. Shape the notches to follow this line and sand the rearmost frame flush with the strip, adding in stage 85. Try the curved ends of the beak head rail in position. They are not symmetrical, so check that they are the right way round. The top fits directly below the timber head and you need to cut the other end flush with the end of the main rail. Glue the curves in place, then finish the whole rails dark oak or black. Try the boom kid supports in place. Ensure that the front ends are level by sanding the rear curve if necessary. Paint them walnut or black and glue them into place with superglue. Bend some 2x2mm strips to fit the upper slots in the beak head frames. Fit the rigging eye bolts to the beak head area now, as access becomes difficult later on. The V-shaped gangboard pillar frame in position and use a ruler to check that it's level with the top of the forward bulwark. Glue the gangboard pillar frame in position using the test dowel supplied in stage 41 as a guide to make sure that it's fitted squarely. Carefully follow steps 1 to 7 in your instructions for making the beak head grating. Fit the stem decorations. Carefully use a piece of wood to make sure it's level. Sand the corner off the bulwark cap until there is a 3mm gap between the existing timber head and the edge. The snatch block parts supplied in stage 62, assemble them in the same way as you did the stern pulleys. Refer to stage 81 for more details, then glue them into place. Use some clear glue or clear varnish to glue cannonballs in place in the bow racks.